Hello, Patrick Hines.
Fam, we are doing that thing that we do twice a year where we take the week off for the holiday. Happy 4th, everyone. Or is it? Happy 4th, everybody.
I don't know. It just, every year on July 4th, especially recently, I've been thinking of that Dazed and Confused thing where she's like, when you're off celebrating like the July 4th brouhaha, just realize that it's all like mediocre white dudes who don't want to pay their taxes, like as kids are leaving, and then it's like school's out for summer. So that's kind of the vibe now. Like slave-owning aristocratic white males didn't want to pay their taxes. It's like, can we add pedophiles to that this year?
Oh my God. Well, listen, here's what we're doing. We're not leaving you high and dry. We are dropping the first episode of a recent series we did on Patreon covering the HBO Max doc, Murder in Glitterball City.
Yeah, so it's two 2.5-hour episodes on HBO. So we broke it up into 3 episodes for our Patreon because it was so crazy and highly requested.
Just to like give you a heads up, like my tagline for this series is gays are exhausting.
I mean, these two
gays, we got a bunch of drag queens. There's a murder. It's insane. We're in literally old Louisville, Kentucky, which is a section of Louisville.
Gorgeous.
The world's most beautiful houses, but like the weirdest people. If you love a series about like characters and people that are just out there, and then like, but it also is like a very tragic story.
It's awful,
It's very. I loved this series. I loved covering it.
I had notes. It's a very disjointed series, but we did our best to tell you the story in a cohesive way because they sure as shit work on doing.
Yeah.
So we tried to do our best.
I feel like when you get cameras on this amount of gay people and drag queens, you're like, just let it run. Just let it run.
Like, that part's great, but we got it I was confused, but we had fun, I think.
But we had fun. If you're watching the video version of this, you're about to see a costume change because we're not recording this the same day that we recorded the episodes.
And I don't know what we were wearing, so I can't even make a reference.
But you know what's wild? We did that all in one sitting. So for the 3 episodes, we are wearing the same outfit.
That was the other thing. We did it all in one sitting because we were like, we didn't know when we were going to split up the episodes into 3. It's all chaos down there, Tom. If you want to check it out, I urge you to.
It's patreon.com/TrueCrimeObsessed. You can just go click the link in the show notes. Enjoy it. Happy 4th. We love you.
Yeah, stay safe, please.
As what's his name from Catfish once said, Happy 4th. Yay, freedom.
Do you remember that debacle?
I remember Catfish.
Catfish. Neve.
This documentary is trying to do 1 million things, 15 million things.
Listen, I love you, but I love this documentary.
Unfortunately, telling a cohesive story is not one of the 15 million things they're trying to do. We are all over the place.
My hot take on this all comes down to somebody being a PC user and not a Mac user. Like that is the crux of the issue.
Doesn't
here.
it always? Doesn't it always? We got incompetent cops and Mac PC issues.
And just a bunch of gays. We got some great drag queens. We got some ghost tours.
A lot going on.
Instagram posts with some maybe ghosts, maybe drag queen ghosts.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Girl, tell them what we're talking about today.
Oh God! All right,
tell them how we're doing it.
Yeah, this is a mouthful. So we're doing Murder in Glitterball City on HBO Max.
This is to any concerned persons regarding my death. I'm holding my boyfriend hostage because I have failed him and done terrible things which I can never recover from. This includes killing someone.
Welcome to the neighborhood. The average house here in Old Louisville has been around 135 years. Probably seen some things.
So many people have lived and died in these houses. Louisville is an extremely spirited place.
There's a ghost here. There's one back here.
This is our life. This is our world. We love it. Don't mess with it.
The murder in the house on 4th Street.
Everyone knew about it. Hey, Dana. Everyone knew about it.
I think I heard it from Hurricane, my drag mom.
I found it fascinating.
A dead body was found in the basement of a gay couple's house.
From the very beginning, both Munt and Bannis blamed each other.
I saw a knife in Jeff's hands.
Joey had a knife in his hand.
I'm not the one who killed anybody.
I did not do this.
Who is guilty here?
You're a drug dealer, you are a murderer, and you are a liar. You can point your fingers at each other all day long. Who are we believing?
Here's the deal. It's 2 episodes, but they're each, the first ep is an hour and 20 minutes. The second ep is an hour and 8 minutes.
That's not short.
So we're doing this in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
We're recording it all in one sitting. We have no idea when we're stopping. We're just going to ramble on for 3 hours and like splice it up somehow.
Yeah.
But that's how we're doing it because there's no way. There's too much.
No, there's no way to know. And like my thing with the opening here, I just made a note after I got all the way to the end. I was like, God, gays can be exhausting.
You know, I wasn't going to say it.
Yes, you were.
But
at
it's
some
true.
point.
This whole documentary is exhausting.
I don't know why you hate it so much. I love it. Well, I never get to see the gays represented. I think it's fun that we're not fun, but I think it's important that we're going to get to talk about some like things that I think, and I think you agree that like need to be discussed.
Oh, sure.
And like, it's just a cast of characters. Like we just meet a bunch of people. So we open with this guy named Joey. This is a home video and he's reading a suicide note.
This is to any concerned persons regarding my death. My name is Joseph Richard Banis, mostly known as Joey. I'm recording my death for the purpose of informing all informed or all concerned of my own willful suicide and the complete non-involvement or culpability of anyone else. Specifically of my boyfriend, lover, life partner, and friend, my one, Jeffrey Stephen Munt.
His boyfriend is also there in the hotel room, and this guy, Joey,
he looks dead and or passed out.
I thought he was dead, but Joey's holding him at gunpoint. That's where we're starting.
And Joey has done terrible things that he can never recover from. One of those things is killing a man. And then after that, we get the opening credits with this like sexy, spooky version of Toxic by Britney Spears. And then you see that it's produced by World of Wonder, and I'm like, oh, that makes total sense.
Oh, I didn't.
It's
That's
RuPaul's
Drag Race.
Yes.
Oh.
So when I was like, okay.
Look, I gotta say that like the LGBTQ like true crime stories don't get told that often. So like, good for you, World of Wonder. Good for you for making something, you know, that people want to see.
Yeah.
We open with our narrator, this guy David Domine, I think is how you say his name.
Yes.
He lives in Louisville. He works as a tour guide and he writes books about the city. And we learn that this is where we learn like the big thing.
Welcome to the neighborhood. A lot of you might not know it was a Kentuckian back in 1917 who first patented the disco ball. Throughout the decades, they've called it other things. Around here, Glitterball still sticks. So, Glitterball City, one of Louisville's lesser-known nicknames.
Yeah, which, you know, I love.
We owe a debt of gratitude to this guy.
I love a disco ball, mirror ball, whatever you want to call it. Here, however, they call it glitter ball.
Yes.
And David says that it's a known nickname for the city. Now, I had never heard of this before. Now, I Googled it because I was like, wow, because I wanted to be like Louisville, sound off. Like how apparently the internet was really pissed because they were like, I've never called it that. No one I know has ever called it that. What's the deal? So David, the author, did a Reddit AMA.
Oh.
And the first question is, what inspired you to give our city a nickname that no one's ever heard of? Shots fired.
And what did he say?
Well, Dave said, you know, there are so many different nicknames for Louisville, Derby City, River City, all this stuff. And he basically admits that he made it up.
No!
Which is fine.
No, it's not.
Well, it's like, whatever. If you want to call your book Murder in Glitterball City, like whatever.
Yeah.
But we see a clip of him, like on one of these tours, acting, one, like it's a known thing, and two, that like he did, like, just say you made it up, girl, that you like made it up for the title of your book.
Because number one, it doesn't look anything like glitter. It looks like a mirror ball.
Because
like, that's
it is.
Right,
It literally
exactly.
is a mirror ball.
No, look, David, don't get off on being an unreliable narrator this early in the documentary. We can't have that yet. But I wanted to just give a shout out to the Louisville fam because I have done shows in Louisville, I think twice now. It's always been a great turnout. It's always been super fun. I didn't know how gay Louisville was.
Super.
I didn't know that.
Complimentary.
You think Kentucky is like conservative or whatever, but like
No,
we know
real
they've got
gay.
like a great Democratic governor, Andy Bashir, I think is his name.
McGovernor is the accurate word.
Yeah.
People don't know that, but it's actually McGovernor.
It's actually mirror ball governor.
Yep.
It's a glitter ball governor.
The more you know. Bow, 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 bow. Also, did you notice that in almost every interview there's a glitter ball somewhere?
I didn't really.
Like placed around, like you would be talking and there's like a glitter ball behind you or on the desk. It's almost always, it's like almost all of the interviews, like not all of the cops and lawyers have one, but some do. But for the most part, if you really look when you're watching this, there's a glitter ball place in everyone's interview.
They are beautiful. You and I did a whole photo shoot with glitter mirror, whatever we're calling them, like
Mirror
years
ball,
ago. They're gorgeous. Like they really are like a beautiful statement piece.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
But like David's really hitting the glitter ball thing.
Come on,
He's making
David.
fetch happen in his world.
So David is giving a tour of the neighborhood. This is the neighborhood that's going to be the backdrop for like the whole thing here.
It's beautiful. It's haunted. It's gay. Sign me up. It reminds me of New Orleans.
Well, he's telling us that it's like one of the most haunted neighborhoods in America. You can't go more than half a block without walking upon another reportedly haunted house. How did we not know this?
P.S. Toxic is still playing in the background.
I love this version of the song.
Spooky
Do you
Toxic.
like it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
sexy,
right.
spooky versions of anything, I'll at least give a shot. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I did skip intro both times, but I had watched it before. I did like the version.
I should clarify, not like Toxic isn't already sexy.
Yes.
But it's like a spooky, sexy version.
Well, and it's interesting because it applies. Like the relationship here that we're going to talk about is very, very toxic.
It's like really the only word to describe it.
Yes,
Murderous
exactly.
also, but toxic.
Murderous,
Which,
toxic.
and to be fair.
Yeah, hand in hand. Not every
Six,
time,
yeah,
but like, but David says,
I often write about ghosts and hauntings in the old Louisville neighborhood. And when the story broke of the murder in the house on 4th Street, I knew I had to write about that murder. But I also wanted to write about the neighborhood and the many interesting characters who call it home.
I don't know how this isn't the most famous neighborhood in America.
It's beautiful.
The houses are gorgeous. The neighbors are crazy. The hauntings are rampant.
Yeah.
Like, how do we not all know about this?
Yeah,
how did they throw like one hell of a Halloween party?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Like, it's stunning. The doc uses this device that gets old pretty quickly, but they have David, the author, like narrating a passage about someone.
From his book.
And then the voiceover transitions into the actual person reading the passage about themselves. I get it. It's great.
Yeah.
I think it would work better if it happened like half as many times.
Or if any of what he wrote about them was true.
Or that.
Because
or
they're
like
all,
not everyone has notes.
Yeah. They're all like, this is fiction. Like none of this is real. Like Daisy couldn't have known. Like the soft crinkle of the way she unwraps the candy.
It's like
I know.
things David, the author, invented. Everything. The title Glitterball City.
Totally.
The crinkling of the candy.
God, you took that away from me so early.
I know, I'm sorry. Because I was like, wait a second. I never heard, and I just wanted to like really look into the history of this really cool name.
Yeah, truly.
And literally everyone was like, where is this coming from?
Well, and speaking of, we meet this guy, Little John, right? So he owns a little jewelry. It's called Little John's Derby Jewelry. And there's absolutely no reason for him and his wife, Missy, to be here, except for the fact that they're total characters.
They're just characters from the neighborhood. And John's like, I don't like to use the word superstar.
I'm a humble servant.
And I always will be. But like, I'm absolutely a superstar. Now, Missy is the stage mom of the duo.
She's like
quote, writes all of their commercials. And by writing, she means taking very well-known songs and changes the lyrics to make them about the store.
Yes.
No shade. I fucking love Weird Al. We got to be honest about what we're doing here, Missy.
I guess the best one is, hey, we're going to Little John's today. To get our cash today.
You will get a good deal and you get paid for real. So bring it to Little John's.
Gold is trading at an awesome $1,500 an ounce, but not for long.
So bring it to Little John's.
That's probably my favorite.
And the thing is, like, they are local, quote, celebrities because their commercials are they're just so dumb.
And because they just keep calling themselves local celebrities.
100%.
That's how that happens.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm local, but
you haven't been doing that all this time.
I get maybe a little bit.
A little bit,
but like it's New York, so I guess it doesn't really work.
Yeah,
You can't be a local celebrity in New York.
But you can also just say that, and like the person meeting you would be like, "Oh wow, cool."
I want my bio to be like local celebrity Patrick Hines.
Yeah, and everyone would be like, "Okay, we're going with it. Who gives a shit?"
Because these two really are like they're just like whatever. They are just like really weird. Also, he's like this little Filipino man.
Little John.
Yeah, and she's
That's
like
just a clever name. It's like really him.
Truly,
yeah.
And like she's this like larger than life white blonde woman. The thing is, I feel like they like love each other.
Yeah, that's great. I sure hope so.
Yeah,
she
gets a kick out of him.
Some kind of like decent relationship in this thing. Little John's therapist told him about David's book, and he's only reading it because he's in the documentary. He hasn't even finished it yet. He's got like 100 pages. Missy is not one to pick up a book and read it, she says. Something about the way that her eyes have to move back and forth. Literally a quote that she says.
I know.
Reading is just not for her. So what happens is that Little John reads it and then tells her about it.
What reading is fundamental.
It is.
You know what I mean? If we've learned nothing else, reading is fundamental.
Yeah. How's your head?
No complaints yet.
Thank you. What was that episode where like who was
no
the drag
one was
queen?
getting it.
Where like and everyone was like Katya's like, just say you haven't had any complaints. Who was the drag queen? I can't remember who was like, I feel fine.
Absolutely no fun
I don't
whatsoever.
need any Tylenol. And
totally.
they're like,
fucking detox. Don't come for me, detox. I take it back.
Talk about toxic. Alaska Tox they were so mean to.
But also like
Jinxie.
Alaska and Sharon Needles, like we're looking at that relationship.
Oh my God. Let's not.
You know what I mean?
Let's not. But so we're only here with these two because the author of the book claims that he learned about this case because one of Little John's commercials was, quote, interrupted by a newsflash, which I don't even 100% believe, but he wants characters.
And also speaking about things we don't believe, the house in question is 1435 South 4th Street. We see like the Zillow listing from the time. It was on the market for like 300 grand. Of course, I Zillowed the shit out of it today. No pictures of the basement.
Which hopefully is redone.
Oh my God. The rest of the house, like it's a beautiful house. But like it's the kind of house that you can look at and be like, oh, that's great. It's dark. It's
the whole, I again, complimentary. The whole neighborhood is like that. It's old Victorian. It's very. A lot of people were comparing this to like Midnight in the Garden of Evil, like that vibe.
Yeah,
sure.
and the house is in much better shape now. It's on the market now for $1 million. I feel like it's been vacant for quite a while. But David, the author, speaking of stories we don't quite believe, says that like when the house was on the market back in like 2009 or whatever it was, he went to look at it and the house was a total wreck. And like we see the pictures of the basement from back then, and it's
you know why I'm chuckling.
Why?
Because I know what you're going to say.
Well, right. It's like a dirt floor basement. It is absolutely a fucking terrifying murder basement.
That part is not funny.
He decides not to buy the house. And as David, the author, describes it, as he's walking down the stairs to leave the showing, some rude son of a bitch is running up the stairs, bumps into him, doesn't even say, I'm sorry. Turns out to be Jeffrey Munt.
The murderer. And I'm like,
right.
How
the
did
future
you
murderer.
know
I know.
That. And I guess if it's like, oh, well, I put the pieces together, it's just like, David, I gotta tell you.
I know.
A lot of, what do they call that? Like, lies, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't think of the word. You know, when you like improve the truth, that's a quote directly from Newsies. The movie, not the musical.
We've done this too many times.
The only Newsies.
We can't still have to be telling people.
But that's what Jack Kelly says. He's just like improving the truth.
Right. Exactly. It's the whole, I mean, while we're here on the gay stuff, it's like Stonewall. It's like how many, like everybody who was alive and gay in New York in 1969 now says they were at Stonewall. And like my friend Eric Marcus, the historian, just goes through and debunks it.
No.
He's like, sorry, Jim, you weren't actually there. You weren't, girl.
And I have the proof.
And here are the receipts.
Kim Crum is a local writer. She did not want David to write this book.
No. I'm a writer. I'm not a famous writer. I'm just a writer. I told David that I didn't want him to write the book because we're a front porch neighborhood and we see each other all the time. People know things about each other. And this neighborhood has secrets, but he didn't listen to me.
And like, that's why you write the book.
But most importantly, David wrote that she served chicken salad sandwiches on a silver platter, and let the record show she has never once done that. She goes, so yeah, it was a creative nonfiction.
Let me just say, this is the kind of neighborhood where they get together all the time. Like once or twice a week, they're all going to each other's houses for like cocktail parties.
Whether they like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
You have to go.
Sign me up. Yeah. This is my kind of neighborhood.
Maria, I hate Maria. She is a local singer. Just ask her, she'll tell you. She lives in one of the biggest houses in town. She is a trophy hunter. Barf. Yeah. Her house is full of dead animals. She's telling us all about this as she's showing off her zebra skin rug. She even dressed up her dead groundhog in a little tuxedo and brought it as a date to a Groundhog Day party.
Which does seem like the kind of thing these people would find charming.
It's the trophy hunting.
Not these people.
Not these people.
No.
You lose me at trophy hunting.
Then
I'm just like, oh, I know a lot about you and I don't like any of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. David, the author, is telling us that these houses have been around for generations, like hundreds of years. These houses have seen some shit. People have died in them. People have killed each other in them. People have killed themselves in them. And it's just like, they're referring to these houses as living beings. Like, imagine the trauma these houses have been through, going through this like generation after generation.
Like, did anything good happen in a single square foot of this town?
I know.
And I'm sure the answer is yes, of course.
Yeah,
but this is, we're focusing on all the, and you know what I also resent now that we're here?
Please.
Is when we make it like, ooh, it's spooky. It's like, no, these two pieces of shit killed somebody.
Yes.
And we're not not gonna
Yes.
make it like spooky and like goth and cool and funky. Like, don't do that either.
But in defense of the neighborhood, like two bad apples, right? You know what I mean? Like the neighborhood is like old. Like we're gonna learn as we go through this. It's part of the like tradition of the neighborhood to sort of like dress up like the people who died there.
I love it all.
Yeah.
I love the storytelling. I love the ghost tours. If this was a ghost tour documentary, I'd love it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not.
It's so little. It's
is.
But it's part ghost tour.
But you know what I mean? When people are like, with Elisa Lamb, it's like, let's talk to a psychic about what happened at the Cecil Hotel. Like, we're not doing that.
No, it's too recent. That's the problem. It's like they want to sort of, I don't want to say have a little fun, but they like the fact that like tragic things happened in this neighborhood like 100 years ago. And those are the ones that they like dress up as. And like
they do the reenactments of and all that stuff.
Yeah. And like, but this is way too soon, way too tragic.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it feels like they're trying to connect those two dots. And it's like, let's leave the 135-year-old stories that are now like the folklore of the town.
Yeah.
That's a totally different thing than like this really awful
that happened
drug-fueled
5
murder.
years ago.
It's too, we gotta separate
I
a
agree.
little bit.
Deborah Richards is here. She's the general neighborhood pain in the ass.
Love her.
I am an architectural historian, and I'm a general neighborhood pain in the ass. There's a saying on Belgravia Court, once a Belgravian, always a Belgravian. This is our life. This is our world. We love it. Don't mess with it. In the early 60s, Belgravian houses were boarded up and in danger of being torn down. And 3 gentlemen purchased 11 houses on the court and renovated them. This was grassroots. Gay grassroots, yes.
And she's the one who tells us the name of this neighborhood. It's Belgravian Court, which, like, God, you just can't beat it.
Yeah.
It's
great.
And
the aesthetic is like chef's
The
kiss.
aesthetic is perfect.
Love.
She's like, once a Belgravian, always a Belgravian. Like, people who live in this neighborhood, like, love it and take it. And, like, they gloss over this later, but, like, we're going to learn the 2 main guys here are Joey and Jeff. They never got involved in the neighborhood.
No.
Like, Jeff buys that house and, like, never meets the neighbors.
No.
But Deborah's telling us that it was in the 1960s that the whole neighborhood was in danger of being torn down. 3 guys purchased 11 houses and renovated them. They were all gay.
They're all gay, obviously.
All of the gays, and like, of course, like all of the gays bought these Victorian houses. Can you imagine, like, if they had just demolished that neighborhood? Like these gays, she calls it gay grassroots. I'm obsessed. And this is where we meet Bill and Dale.
She's like, this was grassroots, gay grassroots.
Yes.
And she says like, yes. And she says it like it's a fabulous neighborhood. But yeah, the gays came in and saved the day as per usual. They infused gay culture and lots of drag and lots of parties and everyone was like free to be themselves. And I'm not saying that in a cheesy way. Like it was a great place to be in this culture.
And like Bill and Dale, they're like the elder gay statesmen of the neighborhood. They've been there since the 80s and they were saying like, this was a place that wanted us when nobody else did.
Yes.
Like this was a place for us to be able to come and I would think that in a place like Kentucky, those alcoves are hard to find,
Of course, absolutely. God, now Maria the Trophy Hunter is singing
I know.
The Nearness of You, which is a very famous jazz standard.
This is also, Deborah is here too. This like clip kind of went viral on TikTok. Like this is where I first saw about this because she's like sitting on a fountain and she's like,
My personal theory is that gays are the predictors of recovery. If you have a blighted neighborhood and gays move in and start renovating, it's going to be a go. It's going to be a success.
And I was like, I just remember seeing that on the internet and being like, what is this?
Yeah, there's like a whole Will and Grace episode about that. Where
Oh, right. Gays don't go away. Gays don't go
where,
away.
Jack and Will buy this place and like they think
in the wrong town.
And they think that like all the straights are going to be mad at them. And they're like, no. Do you know what you just did for a property value?
They throw a brick through the window that says, don't leave.
And Will and Jack are like, no, we're not that kind of gay. Like, we're not really that kind of.
Like
but
I
can't believe we're welcome here. Thanks so much.
Totally.
But yeah, that's like a known thing that, of course, the gays come in and bring culture and like safety.
Right, because we have to find areas that would like historically allow us to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it's the 2 awful guys here are Joey and Jeffrey, who sometimes goes by Jace. I have descriptors for them once in 2 seconds. There's a lot of video footage of them that they took themselves, but they met in 2009 on Adam for Adam, which is just like a gay like.
I've heard of it, but I've never been on it.
So Jeff I think we can call him Preppy Jeff.
Yeah.
Because he's described as preppy and wears like ties. And then Joey was like the bad boy with the mohawk Joey Mohawk.
Yeah, I love it. Joey Bananas?
Yeah, because the guys here, and I hate that I have to say this because I'm not making light of this.
Yeah.
But their names are Joey, Jeffy, and Jamie, which are literally the names of the 3 guys in Daria who are obsessed with Quinn.
Oh.
And I was like, Joey, Jeffy, Jamie. So like, if this documentary is hard to follow anyway, dear listener.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have 3 J names, I know makes it difficult. Preppy Jeff.
Yeah.
And Mohawk Joey.
Sure.
That feels.
We can't just go with Jeff and Joey?
Because I feel like it's going to, once we get to who said what about who and whatever, we got to differentiate them somehow.
Well,
that's my pitch.
Jeff, no, that's great. Preppy Jeff, Mohawk Joey.
Right.
Jeff is a technology consultant for the University of Louisville, and he's like the buttoned-up success, like you were saying. Joey's got like dyed hair, tattoos, piercings. It's like an opposites attract situation.
Right. And so we get audio from Mohawk Joey that says he is HIV positive and a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And so when he met Preppy Jeff, he's like, oh, like this guy used to work for the NSA. He worked for the government. He's super smart. Like, oh my God, like opposites attract, match made in heaven.
And for Jeff, like Mohawk Joey comes from like a really well-to-do family. His dad's like a very, very well-known plastic surgeon, apparently. And so like Jeff is saying that like this all happens very fast. And it took me until the second time watching this to realize that like they meet in October. By Thanksgiving at Joey's parents' house, they're like falling in love. Jeff is like loving Joey's parents, and they decide they're going to move in together.
Preppy Jeff says, you know, I was sitting there talking about politics and healthcare with Joey's parents on Thanksgiving, and Joey was relegated to sit with the dog. First of all, this is the best seat in the house.
100.
Second, I don't have a second of all. I think I've made my point.
Great, yeah.
No, I don't want to be discussing fucking. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'll sit with the dogs.
I kind of like it. Like I love the idea because Mohawk Joey.
I just want to break from it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this was a different time. This was like 2009, 2008. You know what I mean? Like,
ouch.
It was a different
different conversation.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Now I'm just like, can I just like stuff myself with the stuffing and the mac and cheese and sit with the dogs? Please,
Nobody
God,
wants to talk
and
about
turn my
politics
brain
these
off
days.
and just get in a food coma and sleep and maybe never wake up.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I know.
Is that where we are?
Just put the pillow over my face.
Like,
thank you so much.
I'm concerned.
We're back with Missy and Little John. They're on set making a Christmas commercial for the Jewelry Emporium or whatever.
It's a parody of It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. She's doing the choreo. She's mouthing the words. She's reminding everyone to smile real big. She's talking to everybody like they're in kindergarten.
And like the
She's
poor
doing
kid who's like the lead just wants to be told he's doing a good job. She's not giving it to him.
And he's doing great. I'll say it to him.
He's doing great. Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, I do everything. Did I mention I'm the director, Missy?
I know.
I know
worked with
that.
Corky before.
Yes. Strike it. We know all the terms.
Strike it. Officer Terry is here. He's famous for one thing because he's like the cop that they hired to be their full-time security guard because they sell gold. Like they really do.
They need security for sure.
They have done what the mob did not.
It's
they
a dangerous
hired like a 24-hour security guard.
100%.
But they put him in their ads.
Yeah, I've done probably 6 or 7 commercials for him, but the one that really put me on the map was the Super Gold Man.
I'm Super Gold Man, the fairest in the land. I'm taking you to Little John's. Broke.
That's his shoes.
He pays you cash, so bring it in and get your cash today.
I've walked into restaurants and stuff, and they say, hey, that's the Super Gold Man.
Also, one of those like superhero suits where you have to wear the underpants on the outside.
It's just like a bathing suit.
It's awkward.
Weird.
I'm never wearing one of those.
No, I don't get the ads.
Even
anyway,
as a local celebrity, I'm not wearing one.
Platforms, yes. Like bathing suit, no. Missy drops this insane tidbit, and Little John
weird.
is literally like, oh, honey, please stop talking. Missy says yesterday she had to drive all the way to 25th and Broadway to do a costume fitting with Officer Terry. And she goes, so I put my hoodie up, I put my gun in my lap, and I try to hit every green light so I don't have to stop because if somebody comes up to me, I'm going to shoot him, I'm going to kill him. Little John is like, oh
I know.
my God. She's like, well, because you know, if someone like comes up to the car at the red light and I'm like, Missy's there with her finger gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Missy, here's a question. What the actual fuck are you talking about? And then we get all of these stats about Louisville. And we get all these stats about Louisville. And the point is that it's like the carjacking capital of Kentucky. So we're told on a news segment.
Yeah.
So Missy is saying that for her own protection, she's just speeding through these lights with a gun on her lap in case.
Ready to shoot somebody in the face if they come up to the window and ask for directions.
And I'm like, make Officer Terry come to you then.
Literally. And then we cut to the store where they show us all the guns they've got just scattered throughout. Little John comes out with a shotgun that is bigger than him.
Which, again, makes sense to me to have high security. Like, what he does is dangerous. It's all cash. It's all valuables. I'm sure like he needs.
Do you want to hear like the odd story about my father? My dad was an antique coin dealer. And like back, I don't remember. It was like before I was born or when I was very young. He got mugged a bunch of times. At one point, he was mugged at gunpoint in the store, tied to a chair.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, but like I'm not surprised
I
in
know.
that line of work.
It's the same kind of business.
It's scary. All cash, all valuables. People get desperate, especially if we're hearing like how much crime is in this neighborhood, which the news says if that's not true anymore.
Louisville, we love you.
Saying,
I'm still moving there.
I'm like,
I don't care how, I don't care how dangerous it is.
Officer Terry says they have 2 to 3 times the national average for pretty much all crimes. It makes sense that if you're in a cash business with a lot of gold and jewelry, you'd have a bunch of guns.
For sure.
Little John says it's a neat, dangerous place that's full of happy, sad people. Neat, dangerous, happy, sad.
John
Like,
is a man
title
of
of my
contradictions. You know what I mean?
Title of my book. So June 17th, 2010, it's 9:30. Preppy Jeff calls 911.
911 operator Walker, where's your emergency?
Please, 1425 South 4th Street. My ex-boyfriend is attacking me in my house. Please come immediately.
What's the address?
1435 South 4th. Please.
What's your name?
Jeffrey Munt.
Okay. Who is attacking your door?
Joey Banis.
Is an ex-boyfriend?
He's in the house. I'm not safe. He's in the house, trying to break down the door to the bedroom.
Stay on the phone with me.
Floor. Please.
Jeff does sound terrified. I will say, like, he sounds absolutely terrified. And I just want to do the timeline here. They met in October. They moved in November, and now it's June, and we're at the domestic violence.
Right.
You know?
So the cops arrive and they arrest Mohawk Joey. Two weird things here.
Yeah.
The cops have to break the door down, which is weird because I thought Joey already did that.
And like Jeff is literally like, he's already in.
So what you're saying, Jeff, is that Mohawk Joey broke in and then locked the door behind him?
Right.
That's just a weird thing that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And like Preppy Jeff is on the phone with 911 the entire time and is starting to sound like he's playing dumb. He can't hear anything. He doesn't know. He needs a lot of like, are they here? Is he gone? And
Am I safe?
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so weird because with all the breaking down in doors, this is the quietest 911 call I've ever heard.
It's true.
Bro.
It's true. It's true. And so we see a lot of interrogation video. Mohawk Joey is arrested.
For domestic violence.
And as part of his interrogation, he tells the cops he witnessed a murder and the body is buried in the basement. And that Jeff, the boyfriend who called the cops on him, is the one who did it.
Now, here's the twist. I know you're like, girl, oh my God, my head is spinning.
I know.
Donnie is the head of homicide, and he tells us that at the time, the television program, The First 48, was filming. And so every episode, this show films an entire case from beginning to end, meaning that we have video from the police station and we have video from the episode of 48 Hours.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to find.
Yeah, for sure.
So the original episode is either not online or whatever, but there's conflicting information about what season it is, but there is a 2-parter on a series called After the First 48, which I don't know if it's like a recap or an update or whatever. And it's season 6 called What Lies Beneath, but it's 2 episodes. But the original one that like they're talking about here, I couldn't find anywhere.
And it's crazy because the officer is saying with the First 48 filming, you got to get to the bottom of it. Like you're going to be on camera, girl, and you do not want to be the cop on TV who could not solve the crime.
Which could, I just got to be the wet blanket for 2 seconds, could really lead to a lot of bullshit.
Oh, I'm with you on this. I don't think that's wet blankety at all.
You know, like that is a very dangerous thing to have this pressure of like, you have to wrap it up by lunch.
Right.
You know, like
you have 48 hours, girl.
We've been, we've been there, and 18 years later, we're trying to get people exonerated.
No,
you know
I
what I mean?
couldn't agree more. And, Joey is now saying,
my boyfriend lied somehow and got in police there and had me arrested for something that I didn't do.
What's your motivation today to come forward and tell us about this?
I wasn't able to tell anybody in the beginning because one, I was scared for myself, scared for my family, and I was also in love with this guy. But over the past 7 or 8 months, one, I no longer love him, and two, somebody's just got to know the truth.
the cops were saying, "What? Like, how long has that body been in the basement?" And he's like, "About 6 months." And he's like, "Why are you telling us about it now?" And he's like, "My boyfriend, Preppy Jeff, is so terrifying. I didn't feel safe until now. He threatened me. He threatened my family. But now that I'm here at the police station with you, I'm telling you, like, there's a body buried in our basement." And the cops kind of don't believe it at first.
Right. So now on the flip side, Preppy Jeff's story is that he tried to break up with Mohawk Joey, but then Mohawk Joey threatened to kill him and frame him for murder.
And we're going to get a lot of this. Jeff is going to say he threatened to kill me and was going to kill my family. And Joey's like, he threatened to kill me and was going to kill my family.
Right. So we get like a lot of footage. Again, the first 48 footage and the cops footage. Preppy Jeff is very concerned about his cats, which I understand. Like he's left pets at the house.
I totally get it. It is so gay. Like he's just like he's more concerned about the cats and he says it he says it on the witness stand eventually.
He says it a million times.
He says it to the cops. Like he really, really is worried about the cats.
Like don't humanize yourself, Preppy Jeff.
I know.
You. Don't make me like understand where you're coming from.
Totally.
That makes
those
me crazy.
poor fucking cats trapped in that house. With
I know.
those two.
Like it's animal abuse. Once you learn what the house has been like, it's animal abuse to even keep another living creature.
Except I feel like the animals were the only things well taken care of in that house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I'm sure they have loving homes now.
Yeah.
So Preppy Jeff tells the cops that he's a victim of domestic violence and he's in an abusive relationship with Mohawk Joey, who is awful and he is crazy. Now, Preppy Jeff has this like great rapport with the cops. At one point, I don't know if you caught this, he wonders if he should like play to the cameras for the first 48.
I have it right here. He's like talking to the first 48 guys. Hi, sorry. Literally, I'm looking at the camera. Hi, sorry. Should I not be talking to you? Should I be like, where's my angle? What's my light?
Speaking of Drag Race, he's Jinx as Judy Garland. Like, where's my camera? I'm not even going to try to do the impression because Jinx nails it. I don't know. It's like, it's Jinxie doing like older Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Like, where's my camera? I can't do it. She's too good at it. Jinx, I love you so much. But
you know, we're seeing her as Judy Garland in End of the Rainbow in London.
Love.
We have an extra ticket.
I love Jinxie. So this also this guy is eating a burger that they got him, carefully folding the wrapper.
It's just everything is so gay. It's all so gay.
But what's weird is that like he finishes the burger, which is crazy. And I know we're not allowed to put ourselves in the position of like, what would you do? If that were me, I wouldn't be able to eat.
Yeah.
I would be so anxious.
Well, we're going to learn eventually this guy has absolutely no conscience. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's a total murderous sociopath. But I'm just saying, I'm watching him like organize his little burger and the wrapper and then like finish it. And I'm like, I couldn't eat in that situation.
He legitimately throws the wrapper away and then rearranges its placement in the trash. It doesn't get gayer than this.
It's like, don't make me hate the gay stuff.
I know.
God.
There's plenty of gay stuff to like in this one, I think. But
Yes.
there's plenty to hate.
I know.
Yeah.
But he's just like chilling. He's
Yes.
like super relaxed.
Well,
he's yawning, not a care in the world.
I mean, honestly, the cops, they are both saying the same story. Mohawk is saying, my boyfriend killed a guy and wouldn't let me tell. Preppy Jeff is saying, my boyfriend killed a guy, wouldn't let me tell. They are believing Jeff because Jeff doesn't have a mohawk and doesn't have piercings and doesn't have tattoos. Like, they are literally believing Jeff because he looks more normal to them.
Right, of course. So they go there, like they search the house. Mohawk Joey draws them a map of the basement where to find the body, and they dig like 6 to 8 feet, and they find the body of James Jamie Carroll.
I mean, can we just say, like, digging, like these guys buried that body 8 feet in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They
8 months ago.
And the amount of physical labor that both like the killers had to do and the like that is a lot.
Yeah, not when you're on meth.
That's true. I don't think the cops are on meth.
Honestly, like, when I have no experience doing meth, but I've heard, you just get fucking superhuman and crazy, and like suddenly 12 hours have gone by, and you're like, shit, did I just dig 8
I know.
feet?
And I've got so many questions about this because, like, the thing is, like, obviously there's so much more to get to, but like, if these guys hadn't turned on each other, they never would have gotten caught.
I have a theory about that later.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, because I think...
Because it's confounding to me because nobody was looking for this guy.
I agree.
Nobody was looking for dead Jamie.
Right, which sucks. And I appreciate that we have a lot of people here to speak for
Yes.
Jamie. One of them is Jody. She's Jamie's childhood friend. And they were like such besties, and they needed each other, and they found each other, and they were just like such soulmates, because Jody tells this like really heartbreaking story about how Jamie grew up.
My grandmother had a house that was right behind Martin Elementary School, and I noticed Jamie was hanging around the school more. And so I started hanging around with him, and for a couple of days we played and got to notice that he never really went home. And then I remember our teacher telling us that Jamie was in the hospital and that his dad had beaten him almost to death, and they didn't know if he was going to make it or not.
This wasn't that long ago. This was like the 90s.
And Jody explains, like, as she describes shitty town, she's
Yeah.
like, some of the churches still handled snakes. And I'm like, Jody, got it. Say no more. I know exactly what you mean by that. Like, that is just a very old backwoods way of life. And like, did anything happen to the father who almost killed Jamie? Probably not.
Probably not.
So Diana is Jamie's beauty school instructor.
Oh, God.
She has a lot of trouble with specifics because she's always turning in mid-sentence to ask the person 20 feet behind her about the details, and then we barely hear.
And the details are also not important.
Right.
Like, she's not asking you, was he on 3rd Street or 4th Street?
She's like, what? It was over in Rock City. Was it over in Rock City? And then we hear the other person like, yes or no, I don't know. But what was over in Rock City? Illusions by James. Jamie was an excellent stylist. He loved Bahama Mamas. He could do hair, makeup, styling. He could do everything. And Illusions was like his full service salon. That was like his pride and joy.
Which, it's just another thing. It will eventually make sense. But the thing I kept coming back to was like, this guy was missing for 6 months and nobody was looking for him. He was a business owner. He had people who loved him. He was giving free haircuts to little kids before school.
I know. Yep.
Like, this was just and he was also, like, according to everybody, just like the most gorgeous drag queen. Like, his friend Nick is here to be like, I saw this gorgeous blonde walk in and sit down, and I was totally hitting on her and trying to get with her. And then I realized it was my dear friend Jamie in drag.
Ronica Reed was Jamie's drag name.
What is it?
Ronica Reed.
Ronica Reed.
Absolutely stunning. And like a kick-ass performer as well. Like not just, just like nailed it. 10s across the board.
It's one of those things where like all of these little cities, and I'm not saying Louisville's a little city, but like these cities that aren't New York, LA, Chicago, have these like thriving little enclaves of like gay life. And like these gay bars look amazing. Their drag queens are gorgeous. Their go-go dancers are gorgeous. Like they're not like bumpkin drag queens.
No,
they're like
they're
professionals.
Legit. Totally legit.
The next time I go to Louisville, who's taking me on a gay bar tour? We got to do the gay bars and the haunted houses.
We gotta.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's talk to Michael Valentine and Hurricane Summers.
Yes,
Michael Valentine is, according to his Instagram, an entertainer and pageant boy.
And just fucking gorgeous. Like, so beautiful.
Hurricane Summers is his drag mom.
Hurricane is just like, she's this fabulous old drag queen. Please let her be my drag mother.
Has seen it all. Stories for days. Where's Hurricane's documentary? I beg.
100%.
I beg.
And like, she's just talking about like how hot Joey was.
I did know Joey Banis. Met him when he was bartending at one of the bars. And I found him fascinating. He really couldn't be bothered with me. I was just a crazy little drag queen from down the street. So some people dress the part. He owned it. You know, this is me. This is who I am. You know, eat me, whatever. He was that type of guy. Just boom.
He was like a bartender, and he was good looking, and everybody really liked him. And it's like when he would do drugs, like he would be like the quote life of the party.
But yeah, so he was very, very into meth, and he would like compulsively clean the bars for hours and hours and hours after closing. He just like scrub and scrub and scrub. And like, I guess that's like great. I guess like he's on meth and just starts cleaning, but he also starts stealing.
I mean, so what he would do, Hurricane tells us that like she would be at the bar with Joey. He would clean for hours. Then he would steal all the top shelf liquor,
like boxes and boxes, cases
of
and
like
cases.
Grey Goose and Knob Creek, and like take it down the road to his other bartending gig where he would just like, and the one of the guys is like, so wait, do they own both bars? He's like, nope. And he would just like take it and leave.
And they're like, all right, see you later.
One night, Joey stole all of the booze, but only the top shelf booze.
He robs the place blind.
He literally emptied out the ATM. Like he figured out how to pop open the ATM, takes all the cash, steals the speakers off the wall.
And all the money from the safes, too.
Yes.
He knew where all the money was and how to get it. All the booze. And then he took it to start his own bar. And someone's like, and we never saw him again.
And like, they called the cops, kind of. And the cops are like, we're trying to build a case against him.
Way
like,
too
sit
gay.
tight.
Way too gay for the cops.
Way too gay for the cops. But the bar that Joey opens is a place called Glow. And everyone's like, how did he get a liquor license? Like, he's a convicted felon. That you can't do that in Kentucky.
Well, which is weird. And we still don't really know exactly what he did.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure money talks.
Right.
Money and meth talks.
Well, and GLOW stands for Gay, Lesbian, One World.
Say that again.
Gay, Lesbian, One World. So it's like,
I love it.
It's supposed to be like a bar for everybody.
Lesbians are welcome everywhere.
Right.
But we meet Daniel. And, yeah. He was in high school when he met Joey. So he says he was 16 or 17.
I had like a little crush on Joey. Hooked up with Joey in the bar. And then I stuck around for a little bit, worked the bar. I shouldn't have been there. He knew how old I was. He was a nice boss. He had like a little case that he would carry around that had like full of different drugs and stuff. And he was a very, very nice about, like very generous when it came to giving away his drugs.
So Joey is a big victim in this, but Joey has also done some crazy things.
Joey is a sexual predator. Joey was absolutely grooming 16-year-old Daniel and was awful to him because Daniel explains, like, working at the club, Joey was a fucking maniac. Like, he tells a story, Daniel's 16 years old, having sex with someone who's much older than that, like groomed and abused, no question. But Joey, he tells a story where Mohawk Joey locked everyone in the bar and demanded that they just like painted a different color, which is so meth and so stupid.
It's insane.
Then he'd disappear for hours because he's so fucking high, and then he'd come back, and then he wouldn't come back, and then he would, and it's like he wouldn't even remember that he asked them to paint it. Like, this is fucking crazy.
Can you imagine locking people into the bar?
And he also wouldn't pay you except in drugs.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, so you're grooming this person, you're assaulting the 16-year-old, you're feeding him drugs, you're locking him in. Like, Joey, what the fuck?
Glow does not last very long. It's a very short-lived tenure in the gay bar scene in Louisville.
Also, I want to say, everyone is talking about how he was like very generous with his drugs, like whatever, but like Joey's HIV positive, and I really, really hope that he wasn't sharing needles with people. Like, I don't
even know how you do these drugs.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's just meth. I don't know, but it made me nervous that we learned this thing about him, and he seems to have no...
And I've got more to say about this later, too.
Okay.
So June 18th, 2010, it's hours after the body's discovered. The police interrogations are continuing. Joey asks for an attorney, and my note here is somehow the interview doesn't stop immediately because the cop is just back from his basement and wants to scream at Joey about how long it took them to dig up the body.
Right.
And then Joey once again says lawyer, and then it's over.
And then it's over. Now, Preppy Jeff, then we cut to Preppy Jeff.
Yeah.
And the cops like break the news that a body was discovered in his home. And at first, Preppy Jeff is like, oh my God, this is brand new information. Are you telling me there's a body in my house?
Joey,
Do you know
how
who it
could
is?
you do this? Head in hands.
Then he plants the seed almost to himself, but
Yeah.
like just loud enough that every camera can pick it up. Oh God, Joey, how could you do something like this?
Yeah.
Okay. The drama, right?
I gotta tell you, the first time I watched this, I was in hook, line, and sinker.
Well, because Preppy Jeff agrees to a polygraph test.
Which is like, make this make sense. Because he
I
has
thought
to,
he was the smart one.
Honestly, he's got to take it back 5 minutes later when they're doing the pre-polygraph interview. And the guy, the polygrapher's like, so you're going to tell me that you know nothing about this murder, right? And he's like...
But like before that, we get this reveal because the first 48... the cameras for that show pick up something chilling. So he's like, yeah, I'll do a poly. And remember, all we know is like he's crying. He's like, oh my God, like what
Give me
happened?
the graph, baby.
I can't believe it. And so as he's walking down the hallway, the cameras for the first 48, he's behind the cop. He doesn't think anyone can see him. And he is full on smirking. And not even the loudest, no, you can't judge how someone handles trauma bullshit can excuse this.
But my thing is, like, I don't understand what
It's
the point.
shady.
Like, why is he smirking like he's gotten away with something when he knows in 5 minutes he's gonna have to be like, just kidding, I know everything.
Because I think that's all part of the manipulation because he's going to put it on Mohawk Joey.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I know how to get out of this. But it is a very chilling thing because I'm like, wait, he is just crying. Now he's smirking.
Yeah.
So then when he sits to take the polygraph, now his story changes and he's like, actually, I do know something about the murder. I'm like, okay, those tears are fake, but that smirk was 100% real.
Well, and the cop that's been interrogating him for the last 6 hours and totally believed him was like, yeah, I was totally duped by this guy.
Right. So let's go back to 2008, 2 years before the murder. We're at Northwestern University and we meet Becky.
Yeah, Becky worked for Jeff.
Hated
Jeff was a project manager and she was like on his team. And she describes him as like exactly what you would think. This guy's got Bundy vibes for dates. Like thought he could outmaneuver everybody, outthink everybody, out-strategize anybody in the room.
Jeff was a little bit feared as a boss. Had a little bit of a temper. He had a certain way he wanted things done. Jeff wouldn't accept any reports that were not done in 14-point Garamond font. If he was having a bad day, if something had not gone his way, you could hear really loud metal music coming out of his office. So you knew not to approach.
That's crazy.
Also, they're doing like project management for some bullshit. Like all the reports need to be in 14-point Garamond font. I will say this 1,000,000 times. It's never that fucking serious.
No!
You're a project marketing, whatever you're doing, it's never that serious. Unless you're working in the ER and saving lives, whatever you're doing at work is not that serious. It's so crazy.
He also spent the entire time they worked together speaking in a British accent.
But would also say things like top of the morning to you. That's Irish, you dumb bitch. Like, what a loser.
I know.
What a top to bottom
But
loser.
even Becky was like, are you from like the UK? He's like, no, I just think that people pay better attention to me if I have an accent.
No.
Like, it's insane.
It's a British accent, but top of the morning to you.
I know. And at the very least, give yourself a character study. Like, have a backstory to justify the accent. You're just going to like acknowledge to Becky in a British accent that you've never lived in England.
Well, it gets worse because he's a liar and totally fine with stealing shit. Becky says she, quote, locked her laptop to her desk. That's too corporate for me. I don't get it.
Make that make sense. Like her laptop was chained to her desk by accident.
I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe if it's like a shared work laptop. Remember when we learned that you need to like swipe a key to print something or whatever or make a copy?
I remember
and
those
everyone
days.
came for me because I was like, I don't know. Why is that possible? And they were like, well, it's wasteful if you. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't
come
understand.
from the era of like when you had a roommate in college, you each had like a 12-digit code you had to dial out so that you would individually get charged for the call.
You guys.
I know. I'm like 525,600 minutes. I know.
But I guess
my roommate's like long distance.
No, that's true. That's
You know what
true.
I mean?
But I guess it's like a shared company computer, so she just left it. And there was a mishap, and somehow her computer.
We're focusing on the wrong details, but it was weird to me too. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So he gets her in the car, drives her like 900 miles an hour to a Home Depot to buy bolt cutters.
Because he's like, oh my God, I used to steal bikes back in the day. I haven't used bolt cutters in a minute, girl, bringing back memories. And she's like, what?
What do you think they were listening to in the car?
Hopefully not Fetch the Bolt Cutters by Fiona Goddamn Apple. Inspired by Gillian Anderson. Are you kidding?
No, it was like fucking Kylie. You know what I mean? It was
I know, because that album came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So now I'm time traveling.
I'm just saying, it was very loud Kylie. And Becky, or whatever her name was not into it.
And she's like, wait, are you telling me that because he's like, oh, you should totally like lie on your report and get this expense. Like, we shouldn't admit that we did this. And she's like, wait, you're telling me to lie? And he's like, I didn't say that. I'm just like,
I'm gonna go put on Rage Against the Machine. Don't talk to me.
Which is like fine. But so this guy's a dick and a liar and aggressive and weird and just like not cool in any way, like a total loser, but also like just an odd, aggressive guy that no one wants to be around. Everybody cover your drinks.
100%. So 2008 is when Jeff buys the house on 4th Street. And like, we're told he wanted to restore it to its original state and turn it into a bed and breakfast, which I was also like, is it zoned for that? Like, can you imagine like you buy one of those other gorgeous Victorian houses, all of a sudden there's like fucking like super shuttles showing up across the street?
I don't think the neighborhood would be thrilled about that.
I don't think so either.
I don't think they should be.
100%. Like your beautiful neighborhood, like any of those houses would make gorgeous bed and breakfast. So it doesn't mean like your neighbor should have to deal with that.
Right. If it's a historical 150-year-old house.
Right.
Would that be cool? Sure. But I don't know if these people who are very like, this is our town, don't fuck with it. I don't know how thrilled they would be. Also, I don't think he actually wants to do that. He's lying.
At all. Well, but also the other thing is like, and this is like what makes me sad about this, is that maybe he actually did. But he was just like, he was so far gone into his drug addiction at that point that it was just absolutely never going to happen.
Well, he had a ton of money because everyone is telling us that he would like throw his money around. He was driving a BMW, drinking craft beers. As someone says, he wore uninspired $300 shoes just for the sake.
Curtis loved throwing that out there.
Yeah, just like
uninspired. That's so rude.
Yeah, but like fuck this guy.
I was truly, but like what a descriptor.
Money can't buy a class, am I right?
Totally.
But that's really what he's saying. Like he just wants to buy the $300 shoes for the sake of them, but like they're ugly and they don't go with anything, and you look like an idiot.
Totally.
So now we're back with the police interrogations, and Preppy Jeff just said he knows about the murder after crying and acting like he didn't know there was a body in his own basement.
Yeah. So this is where the cops like put a piece of legal paper in front of Jeff. Have you ever seen Willy Wonka? This is your golden ticket.
I know, like
this is your golden ticket. But they're doing it for the cameras. They're doing it for the first 48 cameras.
Yeah.
Like they're doing like what they think is like police shit.
Right.
You know?
So Preppy Jeff and Mohawk Joey have very similar stories, except they're totally blaming each other.
Jeffrey wanted to get some drugs, so he invited Jamie over to the house.
Joey wanted to party, to do drugs. It's not something I would typically do.
Before I knew it, Jeffrey stabbed Jamie.
Joey had a knife in his hand and cut the guy's throat.
I was scared for myself, scared for my family.
I was so scared for my life, me and my family and my damn cats.
I'm not the one who killed anybody.
I'm out of her.
And Jeff says that Joey cut Jamie's throat. Joey says Jeff did it. But this is a very brutal murder.
Once again, Jeff says he was scared for the cats.
Right. Which, like, yeah, that is a terrifying, traumatic
100%.
thing. And now they're like, they're in that house. Like, energy is so real. So now they're like, what? They don't know. Like, the animals don't understand what's going on. They just know that it's like trauma and horrifying shit.
Well, because like if we haven't driven the point home, and I'm not trying to be funny, like there was so much meth happening.
They were just so high all the time. And like it was not fun or cool or what. It was just really aggressive and dangerous. And then Jamie Carroll gets involved and now he's murdered. And these two assholes are lying about each other to the cops.
And the cops charged them both. They're both charged with robbery, murder, tampering with physical evidence. Joey is charged with unlawful imprisonment. So like they are believing Jeff's story more.
Right.
Because they like but in charging only Joey with unlawful imprisonment, they're saying like you're the one who kept him there.
So we're back with the townspeople real quick. And this woman is sitting in this very beautiful setting. And she's like, look, everyone knew about it. Hey, Dana. Hey, girl. Yeah, no, everybody knew about it.
Yeah, like, and okay, that feels like a good place to start. To stop episode 1.
Yes.
Oh my God, girl, we did Murder in Glitterball City, which is not what that town was ever actually called, apparently.
Apparently, David just made it up for the sake of the book, which is okay, but you gotta own it, girl.
You gotta own it, girl. This is wild. Episode 2, this is the first time we've ever done this. We're making an episode 2 where never there was one.
Right, because these are 2 very long episodes, and we're just splitting it up into 3 for our lovely Patreon peeps.
All right, fam. Well, we love you so much. Thank you. And we're gonna keep going, but we'll see you next week.
Yes, we will see you next week, but we're gonna sit our asses right here and keep this train going.
All right, we love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.